Hey everybody, I'm Mama Baird. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm giving you a quick update of what's been going on. I'm sorry, this whole month has just been update videos. It's been super crazy. Remind me next year that August is a crazy month, okay? I am back from my vacation. Today's my third day back. And I was hoping to have the video of my trip up and ready for you guys, but it is not, and it has still been quite a while since I posted a video, so I'm just going to give you a quick rundown of my trip and what's been going on, but I also have the full video of my trip in the works. Now, if you don't know what trip I'm talking about, I went to Connecticut. I live in Montana. I flew to Connecticut to go to my best friend's wedding. She's actually someone that I've never met in person before. We met online, and we've become best friends over the last 2 years, and she's getting married. So I flew out to her wedding by myself, no kids, I was gone for 6 days. It was great. And so I got the whole video of that and my flying and trips and stuff like that. I didn't record as much as I had initially wanted or planned to, but I was really having fun. So I kind of was like, you know what, I'm just going to enjoy the moment and I could just tell you guys about it. I did get some really good clips though and stuff. So that's the trip that I'm talking about, and it was so much fun. I feel so recharged. I'm tired right now because I just woke up, but I feel so recharged and just ready to go. Like, it was exactly what I needed. And I got to stay with her family, and, you know, they told me it was very brave of me to fly there not really knowing them. And I'm like, oh, I guess it is. Like, I've always been that person being willing to travel to somebody, you know, like before I met husband, I did a lot of long distance dating, and I was always willing to be the person to travel to meet the guy. I know, I fixed that. I made husband come to me, and look how that worked out. So, but I was always that person, you know, I would move in with a guy. I would uproot everything and go move with them, you know, because I wanted that family life. That was really what I wanted. So to me, that was more important than staying at a job. I could work anywhere, but if I had a chance to be happy in a relationship, I'm taking it, you know? So that's kind of what I was like before, you know, so when I was single. And now it's kind of funny that I did the same thing with her, like, even though I haven't technically met her, but we talk every day, pretty much every day, on Facebook, like through Messenger. Sometimes an hour, sometimes 3 hours, sometimes 30 seconds if we just got to say something, you know. But it's funny because we're so opposite of each other. And she had a lot of food insecurity problems, as in not having enough food, but as to not knowing how to cook it, if it's still good. She didn't know anything about food, like real food, you know. So that's how I helped her the most. Well, that's how we started that's how I started helping her, was being like, no, that chicken's fine. It's a different kind of slimy when it's bad. You know, I had to describe the two different cups of slime to her because she just didn't know. She didn't understand. She was afraid everything was going to make her sick. So that's how we started talking, and it felt good to, you know, I like talking about food. I like helping people through food problems. So that made me feel useful, and it was something besides me being a mom, you know, because that's when I was homeschooling the kids, and I was a different Carolina then. Like, I was very stressed, really needed help, and you know, Jen was there to help me, and she, you know, was like, you know, you got to actually get up and go get on to the kids. You can't just yell at them from the couch, you know. I'm like, so she's good for me in a lot of ways, and I'm good for her in a lot of ways. So when I had the opportunity to go there, and I've never really been to the East Coast, I'm mostly a Midwest, West Coast kind of girl, so that was really fun. I got to go to Connecticut for the first time, and then we drove down to Baltimore where she lives. So we were in Connecticut, and I stayed at her sister's house. So even her sister put me up, and they were funny. They were like, you know, when Jennifer first started talking about me and saying that she's got a friend from YouTube, she's like, you know, she's not really your friend, right? Like, it's hard to get people to, you know, because people do get attached to YouTubers, and they really think that they're friends, or that they're maybe are in a relationship or something, and that YouTuber has no idea who they are. But to that person, they're like, they're my best friend, you know, like, and that means that YouTuber's doing a good job. But you got to be careful of those are called parasocial relationships, when you get attached to a content creator. Or I remember when I was working at Ruby Tuesday, there was an older lady who worked there, and she talked about the show. I can't remember what show it was, but it was a show that was getting canceled. And she was so upset because she felt like those were her friends, and now she's not going to have friends anymore. And I'm like, you feel like the people in the show are your friends? She's like, yeah, I sit down and watch them, and I feel like I'm hanging out with my friends, and I'm not going to have that anymore. And I remember feeling like so sad for her. But I get that now that I'm older and you're isolated, and not isolated, but you're not as out and about meeting people, hanging out with people as you were when you become a wife, mom, and you settle into the domestic routine, you know? There's nothing wrong with that. It's just what happens. And so a lot of people form those type of relationships like that one. I always keep that relationship in mind. And when I'm thinking of people, when they reach out to me, or, you know, they comment a lot, you know, and I'm just like, it's just how people feel, and that means I'm doing a good job, you know. And I try and talk to people as much as possible. I'm try and message people back. If you have messaged me and I have not messaged back, I'm sorry, message me again. It's not that I'm avoiding you. It's just, you know, busy life. But I always try and talk to everybody, because sometimes people just need a friend, right? So that's kind of like how it started with her and I became best friends. Like, I love the way that she sees things. She explains things in a way that, you know, I can understand, and vice versa with her. We have really good deep talks, you know. So yeah, that's how our relationship kind of formed into being best friends. And she knows so much about me. She knows so much about my family. Don't you try and get any information out of her now. But she sees everything as it is, because she's on the phone with me. I'm walking around doing my everyday life, you know. So she's like my person right now, and I was honored to go see her and to stay with her family. She's got such a strong family unit. Like, I got spoiled. I am not used to getting spoiled like that. It was so nice. It was like, you know, you're spoiling me. They're like, good. It was fun. I did get to make them brunch, though. Their wedding was on Saturday, and then Sunday we made brunch, and that's when we did it was a 5-hour drive to Baltimore. So I did brunch. I did not get any video of the brunch at all. Like, I didn't even get a video of what it looked like when I was done. Like, I should have just done a pass of what I made, and then a pass of what it looked like when it was done. But I didn't. I was just, I don't know, I was so happy to be cooking for them, because they had been spoiling me for so many days, you know. I was like, you know what? I'm excited that I get to show them what I got, you know. So I made French toast. We had picked out French toast bread to make the French toast, so it was like swirls of cinnamon and stuff in the bread itself. So that was really good. So I made that, and then I made scrambled eggs. I did 2 pounds of bacon. I cooked that in the oven. So I started with the bacon. I cut it in half, so it was half pieces, and I lined a sheet tray. Well, 2 sheet trays. I had them going at one time. And I baked the bacon in the oven, 375. And I'm not sure how many minutes, because I was standing right there, so I just opened it and kept my eye on it. If you start smelling it, usually that's when you know the food's close to being done, when you can start smelling it, you know. So I did 2 pounds of bacon, and that got me like 1.5 cups of bacon grease. So that was the star of the show as well, the bacon grease. So I started with the bacon in the oven, and then we got frozen biscuits, Pillsbury's Grand's frozen biscuits. Those are so much better than the can. So if you have to go pre-made biscuits, get the frozen biscuits, take the time to bake them. Like, you're going to do it the canned anyway. They're so much better, you guys. Trust me. I hate the canned biscuits. They got a weird taste to them, you know. So frozen biscuits, and then so after the bacon was done, I put those on the sheet tray and I baked the biscuits, and then I used some of the bacon grease to make my scrambled eggs, and then I made biscuits and gravy. So the gravy, we used just regular Jimmy Dean's pork sausage. I cooked that up, and then I added about 1/2 cup of the bacon grease. I know, but you need a fat to make a roux to make the gravy. And this made a lot, you guys. So it's not like you yourself chugged 1/2 cup of bacon grease, okay? Not that there's anything wrong with that. So I used the bacon grease to cook the scrambled eggs in, and then also to make the gravy. So I put half a cup of bacon grease in there while the sausage was still in there. It's not necessary to take the sausage out. And then I added half a cup of flour, because you want to do equal parts flour to fat. So I added half a cup of just white flour, and I let that cook for a little bit. It'll coat the sausage. It'll look like the flour is all gone. It's fine. It's still there. And then I probably added about 3 cups of milk, and then let that cook, and then added salt and pepper, and that was the gravy. It was really good. Like, I was eyeing that gravy. I'm like, you better not curdle. You better get thick. Like, that gravy got to be perfect, you know, because this is the first time I've really cooked for other people in a while. I usually, you know, just cook for the kids and the family and stuff, or one friend who comes over, but this was a party of 9 that I was cooking for. So it was her husband, her sister and her husband, and then we had her 2 nieces, one who is pregnant and hasn't been able to eat eggs for the last 6 months, but she had 2 servings of my eggs, maybe 3, I don't know, and she's like, these are so good, did you add milk or cream to these? And I'm just like, water, because you add a little bit of water with the eggs and it helps steam them and make them like super fluffy. So, and I cooked them in bacon grease. That's kind of the trick. But yeah, it was super fun. I was super happy to be able to cook for them. Yeah, and then we went back to Baltimore. I got to hang out with her for a bit, but like, we only got one day. We went to the Cheesecake Factory. It was okay. I was a little this is the first time I've been disappointed in Cheesecake Factory. Now, I don't know if it's just because it's this particular one, or if it's the cheesecakes in general, you know, but the portion seemed a little smaller, at least with the cheesecake, and the prices had gone up. But again, I'm used to like the St. Louis one, and this one was in Baltimore, so it was still good, just not, you know, up to the cheesecake standard, I feel. But that was good. We had that. We went for lunch, so then we had leftovers for dinner as well. And then the next day we had to do our flights. It was just a short visit there. So I need to definitely have a visit when we're not also planning and doing a wedding. Like, that obviously took up most of the time and was the main focus. So it'll be nice to maybe visit and just be able to chill and, you know, just socialize and see the sights of it. And then they can come visit me in Montana too, you know. So it was a great visit, you guys. I got some fun airport stories. I'm going to save that for the video, though. I made all my flights and everything, though. 1 by 3 minutes. 3 minutes. I was the last one, and I was running. That's going to be a fun story. I'll tell you that one. So yeah, I just got a few more things that I got to do to work on the video. I have to do ones where I'm talking like this, just kind of updating about what happened, because I didn't always film every day about, all right, today's day 2, let's do this, you know. I'm sorry, I wasn't a very good content creator during this vacation, but it's going to be a great video. I did get some really good stuff, and I got a lot of ideas of how I'm going to edit it all out. But I came back Tuesday, like that night. I got in at 4 p.m. here, and then the kids started first day of school Wednesday. And then I also went back to work at the bakery Wednesday. So as soon, like, I got in at 4 p.m. and then the next morning, life took right back off. So right now I'm working on getting everything caught up, and then I'll be able to edit. Probably won't be able to start really working on it until Monday. So I was like, I'm going to have to give you guys a good update video to know that I'm okay, that I'm here. What have you guys been up to? Give me some comments down here. Leave me a heart if you don't mind. We can talk about school, when you guys start in school. Kids are starting school. I did some school shopping for them. Oh, I also had to do school shopping for them the first day of school. I'm like, tell your teachers that I didn't have time to shop. We're gonna shop today. And so they did, and they're like, they said that's absolutely fine. I'm like, I figured. So we did school shopping, spent about $150, not too bad. Yeah, and now they're back to school, starting off, so it'll be fun school year for them. Your kiddos in school or grandkids in school, let me know what grade they in. Are they excited? Thanks for watching, guys, and for staying updated with me. I will get to work as soon as possible on that video. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you have a fantastic weekend, because it's Friday, and I'll catch you next time on Mama Bears.